Greetings, Wellness Inspiration Blog community. This is your Wellness Inspiration Coach, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to wellness, well-being in your body, mind, and spirit. On your path to more well-being and a higher level of health and wellness. Because not everybody is coming from a deficit right now. But I'm sharing some thoughts actually to help me, what's the word I want to use? Remember, I guess, an insight that came to me this morning as I was looking at my weight. You all know I started the 2B mindset through Beachbody. I'm a Beachbody coach, so if you need any Beachbody products or assistance with that, let me know. But 2B mindset through Beachbody is, to me, probably the best program that I have ever done. Though I got to give Shalene props. Her Turbo Fire is amazing. Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire, all of those turbos. Because that's how I got into Beachbody. But Beachbody comes with nutrition programs with everything they do. They've always promoted nutrition and working out. The nutrition piece has never really impacted me like it has my husband until 2B Mindset. And one of the things that she talks about in 2B Mindset is the importance of weighing yourself daily, which I have been opposed to as somebody who crumbles when I look at the scale if it doesn't say what I want it to say. And so I decided, you know what, everything else I'm doing is not working. So I'm just going to do what this nutritionist who's a professional says do. So I started weighing myself daily, and it has been a challenge. I tell you, I get to learn so much about myself just in weighing myself. So what I notice is that one of the things I notice is I can be obsessive. I will obsessively weigh myself because I'm like, I just want to weigh this much. I wanted to lose this much. And results seem to be slow in coming. But getting on the scale every day is what keeps making me work on tweaking the things that I know I need to do in order to see a change in the scale. I know to say, well, it's not working, I'm not going to do this anymore. Yeah, that doesn't work. Because guess what? What I was doing before is what put the freaking weight on me. And this has been the hardest experience. I thought it was hard when I was in my late 30s. Late 40s is showing me a whole new level of challenge when it comes to losing weight. And so I was looking at myself. Well, I was thinking about how proud I am of myself for some changes that I've made that sometimes I'm even still like, I'm doing the what? So I remember I was at a function on New Year's Day, and I knew I wasn't going to exercise on New Year's Day. This was just a few days ago. And I decided, well, I'm just not going to eat. I'm not going to eat. I was a little hungry. I just drank my water and just told myself no eating, no snacking, nothing, because I know that's really how weight comes on my body. When I snack too much insulin is really what it's about. And so I just didn't eat. And when I did eat, I just ate a normal meal and, just drank some water. Sometimes I might drink a little bit of coffee, even if it's decaf, just to not eat if I'm not like majorly hungry. And then the other thing is the intermittent fasting that I'm doing. Like instead of doing 12, it's easy now for me to do about 14. And it just seems like it takes so long for me to lose weight. But like my clothes are fitting differently, and I see myself in videos, various videos, and I'm like, oh wow, I actually do look smaller. And I'm happier. I was thinking the other day how I am happy that intermittent fasting seems to be getting rid of the emotional eating problems that I was having. Because going 12 to 15 hours a day without eating, it's like I have to find some kind of other way to cope. So when I am in my eating window, emotional eating isn't my default. I can do emotional eating still, don't get me wrong, but it was like part of the reason I gained weight. It was just like what I did all day long. I ate, I ate, I ate. I love that. I love that. I love that intermittent fasting is changing my relationship with food. I mean, I'm just so happy about that, you know? And though I feel like I'm stalled out, I'm just noticing that the weight gain that I had, I was stalled at 185 for the longest time. The weight gain that I had is not there anymore. I'm 10 pounds lighter. And y'all have this new phone, and it's like casting a shadow on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not used to this. Anywho, it is it is really interesting to me though that, you know, I'm 10 pounds lighter, which I just really was like, I don't know if I can lose weight. I don't know what's wrong. I will say I am going to the chiropractor too. That's another thing that's really helping me. And I remember when I started thinking to myself, this is a few months back, I was like, I think that the body has to catch up with the the changes that I'm making. It used to be my body could change and conform quickly to any change I made in my eating behavior, especially if I ate less. If I did things that cause weight loss, my body would conform quickly. But now my body doesn't conform as quickly. And I think to myself, I think the body has an intelligence. Well, I don't think the body has an intelligence of its own. The body does have an intelligence of its own. And this intelligence has to catch up with the changes that I have made. And so I have to be consistent in these changes that I am making. And so as I thought about it a little bit more, or some kind of way, what stemmed from this was what came to my mind was when I get on the scale is let me start off big. What I am learning is that awareness is key. That is something that is, I feel like, not well communicated to people in general regarding health, but in this weight loss realm, awareness is not really promoted as like this is like a key tool for losing weight. It is promoted by the ones that say track. So, you know, that they say that in 2B mindset. And I'm not getting on here trying to sell 2B mindset, but it is like one of the foundational tools, because the woman who created it, she said what worked for her when she was a kid and had to go to these camps for children who were overweight was journaling, food journaling. When I was studying for my fitness, one of my fitness certifications, I remember reading something that said the people who kept the weight off are the people who journal. They journal their food. That's how they got the weight off, but that's how they kept it off long term. Food journaling. Food journaling. Most people are like, I don't want to track my food. Oh, they really don't want to count calories. I don't want to do all that. But I see it as awareness. I need to be aware of what I'm taking in. That is going to help me understand where I am going. that is going to help me to understand if an issue comes up, then I know I've been tracking my food. I know, what's coming in. So to me, it's all about awareness. And so when I get on the scale and I see the weight, what came to me today is getting on the scale is about awareness and not about weight loss. It is about tracking my weight. I can get on there and see what my weight is doing, but it's not so much about weight loss, because weight loss is not really reflected in the scale. Weight loss is reflected in, did I journal? Am I aware of the food that I'm eating? Am I aware of what I'm drinking? Tracking our exercise. Am I aware of what I'm doing, day in and day out for exercise? I think weight loss is more of a reflection of lack of awareness. And so we're not keeping up with what we're doing. We're not tracking our food. We're not tracking our physical fitness activities. We're not looking at our weight to see, what is my weight saying to me? The weight, the number on the scale, we must discharge this emotion around this. And it's more about, if I get on the scale, like when I got on the scale and I saw 190, I know I saw 193. I may have even seen 195. But I saw 193 for sure. You talking about being aware. I have never, one time I weighed that much after my second son. I had lost down to like 170 something. And then I got back up to like 190. It was like high 180s, close to 190, easily. And both times I was like, oh, I'm aware. Okay. I'm aware that I'm unaware. I am completely unaware of what is going on. I need to really pay attention to what I'm doing here. Most people wake up and they're like, I didn't know I was this overweight. I didn't know I was this out of shape. Like, we know we're not doing what we're supposed to do. We're eating. We know, maybe I shouldn't do this, but we're not tracking it. I remember there are times when I've eaten so much that day, I cannot remember all the food I ate. Lack of awareness. Aware that I ate too much, aware I can't remember what I ate, but no real awareness of what did I actually take in. The other thing 190 plus did for me was, I am aware that I'm eating way too much sugar now. Lack of really, like, I put myself asleep. I knew eating the sugar was wrong, but that 190 brought awareness to me. You know what I mean? It brought a high level of awareness of, I am eating way too much sugar. I'm eating too much sugar. I am not exercising like I know I need to. I am aware that actually I am abusing myself. I am guilty of extreme negligence. That's the kind of awareness we want. Like 190, there's no judgment in 190. Like, there's some people can weigh 190 and they would be almost underweight. That number actually means different things to different people. So for us to be whining and crying, there's some who got 300 pounds, 250, 400. There's a lot of people that have different numbers. And those numbers are not a judgment of our character or anything like that. The number on the scale is helping us to learn more. And so, like, now that I'm just really, my body is just like really set in the mid 170s. And I'm like, oh my God, the young woman who's losing weight with me, she's going to catch me pretty soon because she's losing it, but I accept, I'm aware. She's in her 20s. I'm in my 40s. So it's apples and oranges. But that's how long I've been stuck in the 170s, the mid 170s. And And so it's making me aware that things are different for me. You know, it's making me aware of the changes that I really have to make. Like with the intermittent fasting, going longer, eating way less than I ever imagined I would eat in my life, and actually feeling like I'm okay with this. We used, and so I'm just gonna end with this. We use the scale to help us track the results of what we're doing. And so I'll say this too. Look, if you know you're not doing what you know you need to do, quit whining. I mean, I'm being 100. I have struggled with my weight. I have never been the type that is just like even when I'm thin, when I was 157, people were telling me I was overweight. What kind of bull crap is that? So I'm just trying to say, I can say this to whoever. You know, even the ones that weigh in heavier than me. Y'all, look, if you know you're not doing what you need to do, you're not watching what you eat, you're not eating healthier food, you're not exercising, you're not making any changes, really and truly, you have no right to cry, whine, and complain. Now, I know every now and again, we're going to have our emotional breakdowns and everything, but y'all, come on. Come on, please stop. Don't get on the scale and whine and moan and groan. I've done it, so I can say it to you. But you can get on the scale and you can say, okay. And this is another way to use the scale. Okay, the scale isn't moving down, but is it moving up? For somebody who, like me, has really and truly been like, oh my gosh, I weigh 190 something. Yeah, well, I remember when I dipped down to 185, I was like, I never thought I'd be so happy to weigh 185, you know? And not going back up. My weight was just jumping. It was just going up fast and big, and it would not come down. Even if I made the changes I used to make that would cause weight loss, it would not come off. So it would jump and it would stick on me, you know? Then I started intermittent fasting. I gave up sugar, and I noticed, well, my weight is holding down. Yeah, I hadn't lost any weight, but at least I ain't gained any weight. Why can't we think that way? Why we always crying when the scale isn't going down? I just say we need to have perspective. And then the other thing is, you know, when the weight actually goes down and it shows us what we need to do, why do we revert back to the other way? No, stick with the plan. Stick with what works. Stop trying to cut corners. Use the scale to track. Use to gauge what you're doing. Use the scale to raise your awareness. Write down what you eat, even if you don't count calories. Log what you eat in an online tracker, because you need to be aware of what you're eating and how it is impacting your weight. How is it impacting your mood? How is it impact? Because sometimes we're eating, so for instance, vegetarian diets, the vegetarian style of eating is so healthy. Okay, I believe in the vegetarian style of eating. Used to be a vegetarian for almost a decade. Want to be a vegetarian again. But I'm trying to get to know this new me. And every time I don't eat meat, or let me say this, every time don't eat meat or animal products, I eat eggs, I notice a weight gain. Oh, later for that. And so I'm just using the scale to help me see if I eat more vegetables and just eggs, have that as my primary, source of protein, and maybe some fish here or there, whatever. Will that work? The scale is helping me to gauge. And for me, the weight gain has a lot to do with insulin, not so much lack of protein, but I just feel like I eat more carbs as a vegetarian. Carbs and me do not match. You know why I know that? Because I am aware through logging my food and my weight. So the scale is my friend. My journal, my food journal is my friend. One of the reasons I'm stuck in the mid-70s is I stopped journaling my food. As soon as I started journaling my food, I noticed I started holding it down. The weight wasn't like I'm not in the high 170s. I'm like set in the mid 170s, you know? So, yeah, journaling, logging the food, logging the exercise. When I log exercise, when that's my intention to log, I'm like, oh, I want to have something to log. I want to have something to put on here. I want to know. I want to do yoga all the time. I need to log it. When I'm telling myself I'm going to be aware through logging it, you know, writing it down somewhere, putting it in my online tracker, then what ends up happening is I want to have something to put down, so I get her done, you know? So I would say awareness is key to weight loss. I'm going to have to change the title of this video. Awareness is key to weight loss. No, I'm not going to change it because folks ain't going to, anybody who finds this video log on when they see that weight loss in the title. So really and truly, y'all, come on, stop tripping on that scale. Just remember, the scale is about awareness and not weight loss. Shift your paradigm. And also remember that consistency will create a new habit in the body. That's another thing I wanted to sort of like really set and remember, that the body gets used to however we are engaging it or not engaging it, however we're abusing it or taking care of it. And so I think that my body is like, well, I really don't want to change too much unless I know this change is like for real, for real. And so it's going to take me, you know, doing these new healthy behaviors on a regular, consistent basis so that I will, for my body to begin to say, oh, this is the new way. We're doing it this way now. I noticed too that I had sort of like gotten slack in my intermittent fasting. I was doing like 10 hours. And I just feel the earlier I end my eating, like I'm now at a point where I'm like, I want to end eating around 3:30 in the afternoon. I never thought I would do that. And I'll eat typically around 5 o'clock in the morning, between 5 and 6 in the morning. So I was ending at like 5:30, and then I would, or maybe let's say I was ending eating around 5, and then I would eat around 5. I just began to notice a weight gain. So when I went back down to the 3:30 slot, then I was like, I think my body had sort of gotten used to not taking in food. And so taking in food later, my body became less efficient at intermittent fasting. And so I went back to ending at 3:30, and I began to notice, oh, wow, my body conformed just like that. And weight goes down. Weight stays tightly mid 170s, you know? So I think that the longer we are consistently working to do the new behaviors without wavering, the body will eventually conform and start operating to the new way. Again, this is why all this panic strickenness about the scale, to me, the longer I do this, is like actually bizarre. I'm like, we are bizarre, freaking out over the scale. We're like crazy, really. Stop it, okay? I'm talking to me. I'm talking to you, anyone out there. Trust me. We really need to stop that. And we need to be more focused on, am I eating healthy food? Am I eating in the way that's healthy for me? You know, some people are eating meat, and you really should stop. You're eating the wrong kinds of meat, you know, and you really should stop. Some people aren't eating meat, and they might need to eat some. I was an overweight vegetarian. Not the whole time, but after I had my first son, I just was not a healthy vegetarian. I did not take good care of myself, didn't eat the right foods, and I ended up wrecking my body and was overweight. But we need to really and truly just stick with the plan, stick with the program. And so the other thing I told myself this morning was, The time that I remember most abusing my body in the beginning, like the beginning of this decline in my health, was in 2014. I started turning things around 2017. I gave up sugar and I started adopting intermittent fasting, among a bazillion other things too. It's not just been two little things or whatever. It's been a whole lot. It's been a whole shift in consciousness. But those were the two big, that was like a turning point. Weighing in at 190 plus, saying I'm done with sugar. Sugar, you're wrecking me. And then beginning intermittent fasting. Those were pivotal turning points for me in 2017. So I'm going to give myself 4 years of doing things right to see what happens. So I'm giving myself until 2021 to doing the right things by myself, eating healthy and, being aware, using awareness, like I've told y'all, using that consistently, being consistent in the things that I know I need to do. 2021, we'll see what happens. And that way, I don't have no pressure with the scale. There's no pressure with me with this scale, I'm good. The only thing I want is to eat well, to exercise daily, to do my yoga daily, drink lots of water, and, do things that make me happy. And there's a bazillion other things that I need to be doing too. Stick with my chiropractic care, just so much. Do things that are interesting, love my family. I think that if I stick with that in 2021, I'll be 51 and people will think I'm 31. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I have so much hope. I have so much hope right now. So hope this helps someone. The rambling is coming from me getting myself together. So call it a vlog. Talk to y'all later. Wishing you so much health, wellness, and awareness in your journey to a better you, or a happier you, a fitter you, or just in your life, period. Because you might just already be on point, honey. All right, love y'all. Peace.